Today I am celebrating Burning Spear, a man who was and continues to be an enormous inspiration for me. I have loved his music. He was a guiding light through my teenage years, and he's someone who I connect with frequently. An absolutely beautiful singer, a golden heart. Burning Spear was featured in a film. Was it The Harder They Come? Or one of those amazing reggae films of the 1970s. No, I don't think it was The Harder They Come. It was the other one where at one moment he takes the main character under his wing and they sit by a lake and smoke a spliff, and he reasons with his brother and gives him some vision, some way of contextualizing his pain and suffering that he's going through. And I see that in Burning Spear's music. I loved Rocking Time and Burning Spear. I love the really early music of his from the 70s especially, but Burning Spear and the other later albums I love too. Garvey's Ghost and Man in the Hills. And the reason I feel really moved to celebrate him is because he not only was a beautiful singer and not only was a visionary poet and someone who inspired so many people through his music and his presence personally, as well as a public figure, as a singer of a band, but he continues to have this same motivation to this very day. You know, he's a really beautiful presence when you hear him in interviews. And Burning Spear for me is something that I associate with Sundays. It's a moment of celebration. I play him and I play culture. And it's funny because I've noticed that when I've been celebrating some of the reggae heroes of my life, many of the videos have been clicked on by people in Jamaica and the West Indies, and it's interesting to picture what they make of me talking about cultural icons. You know, here's this little white guy from the other side of the world talking about people that have clearly had a really profound effect on the cultures where they come from. And one of the things that I particularly love about the Rastafarian way of looking at things is it seems to me that they have a far more poetical and metaphorical appreciation of the Bible and of Scripture generally. There's a way of looking at things which, you know, they see themselves in a revelation time, in slavery. And you know, I know Jewish people, for instance, who really see that apparently in the Jewish culture, in, you know, profound Jewish culture, the people that believe that the Jews escaped from slavery in Egypt, that they're thought of as the stupid son, because that story is about the perpetual task of escaping slavery as it is in the modern world. That the Jews have never really escaped slavery, and that's true for all of us. And it's the same thing with the Rastafarian way of looking at things. It seems very metaphorical. I know there are probably dogmatic people within every religion, everything that connects to Scripture, and there's people that, you know, follow every last word as if it was literal. So what I loved about Burning Spear was the way that they've taken this scripture that came from another part of the world and made it their own in their own style, and just imbued it with so much beauty, so much love. And the lyrics of the songs remain with me to this day. I can go along in the car and sing at the top of my voice, and really, you know, they'll just always be a place for me in my life. So if you don't know the music of Burning Spear, I really highly recommend it to you. I've mentioned a few albums, and if you do, then you know. If you know, you know, and you will definitely know. So today I'm celebrating Burning Spear.